Mushoku Tensei is an anime about a guy who reincarnates in another world and does his best to live his life without any regrets. Now, Rudeus is the main character, but he's not the only character that makes this show really shine, and today we're going to take a look at the fathers of Mushoku Tensei. The first character I want to look at is Ruijerd, because not only is he, or was he, a father, he also plays the role of father figure to Rudeus, Eris, Aisha, and Norn. And Ruijerd has a definite soft spot for children, as his goal is to protect children in order to help restore the family name. The name of the spared. In so doing, by sort of guiding Rudeus and Eris back to the central continent, he really begins to learn and grow as a person. He doesn't become quite so one-dimensional. One of the greatest examples of this is where he used to just fly off the handle at anyone who even thought of hurting children or doing any kind of evil. Rudeus guides him that there are more options than just that. By Rudeus sort of helping Ruijerd, it also helps Ruijerd grow as a person. And also, one really cool thing about Ruijerd and Rudeus's relationship, Ruijerd actually kind of helps Rudeus gain a more definite moral compass. Actually, another fun thing about Ruijerd is because of Ruijerd's background with the spheres and the Laplace War, that helps Rudeus become a more empathetic person and understand who Ruijerd is. Our next father figure we're going to talk about is Rudeus. Rudeus, aside from being a huge pervert, actually has a giant heart, especially when it comes to his family. After Paul dies, he takes on sort of a father figure for Norn and Aisha, and really begins to fill that role of a loving father who also guides him. And he does a wonderful job of trying to give Aisha and Norn what he thinks is best for them. And the best example of that is when he allows Norn to go and stay at the dorms versus Aisha staying and becoming the maid. Aisha was obviously very upset if you've watched that episode, because she thinks that Rudeus is just giving Norn what she wants. In reality, he just thinks that would be best for Norn because that would help her grow more as a person. Aisha is already a fully fleshed out person. She excels at everything she does. And Norn is just a normie. She needs to be exposed to a lot more to find where she really shines. And, Rudeus is kind of a lot like Paul. Sure, maybe they're not actual father and son unbeknownst to Paul, but Paul was a really good guide for Rudeus in showing love for his family and also strength of character. And lastly, and maybe the most complicated one to talk about, in my opinion, is Paul. Paul is very charismatic, very lighthearted, but serious when he needs to be. He's also a knight and has kind of a complicated background, especially with Lilia. And despite this, he still loves his family with his whole heart and being. He does tend to expect quite a lot out of Rudeus because Rudeus is a genius, essentially. And he had such an easy time raising Rudeus that whenever Rudeus he thinks that Rudeus really screws up, he seems to be extra tough on him. The first instance of this being whenever he saves Sylphie in Buena Village. He even goes so far as to striking his son. not giving him a chance, because he feels like he finally has a chance to be a father, and he finally gets to see some weakness in Rudeus as a person. And the reason this is a shortcoming on Paul's end is because he didn't even give his child the time of day. Now, I imagine that is what parents do when they're new parents, because they're still learning the ropes. And this actually teaches Paul a lot, and you can see that in the episode where Rudeus thinks Sylphie's a boy and tries to force him to shower naked, or bathe naked, pardon. And he gives Rudeus a chance to explain himself. Then the displacement incident happens. After the displacement incident, Paul goes far and wide searching for his family and other members of Buena Village who have also been displaced from Buena Village, trying to reunite them and take them home and rescue them from situations where they were forced into slavery. And over the course of this, Paul begins to lose hope. He becomes an alcoholic. And when he's finally reunited with Rudy, he flies off the handle because Rudeus describes his journey across the Demon Continent very lightheartedly. And this, of course, makes Paul very mad. He expected Rudy to be searching for his family. Rudeus never even thought that Buena Village had been affected, so it never crossed his mind to look for his family. And this was just a communication issue yet again. If Rudeus had not been trying to show off for his dad, then that situation might not have gone so poorly. He goes on to describe that he's not a good father and that he's not someone to admire or look up to. And I don't think that's true. I think that Paul actually is a good role model despite his womanizing ways. He cares for his family. He loves Rudeus, he loves Norn and Aisha, especially Norn. He loves his wives. And he loves Rudeus and respects him greatly. He thinks Rudeus is everything that he couldn't be. And I think that couldn't be further from the truth. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.